The text landed between misting the ferns and ringing up a college kid for a pothos on sale. I'm leaving you. Moving to San Diego with Jenna. I emptied the joint. Clean break. So casual. It read like a grocery list. I didn't drop the terracotta pot. I didn't gasp. I pressed my thumb into damp soil until a crescent of dirt tucked under my nail. Do you prefer the trailing one? I asked, voice steady. The greenhouse smelled like wet bark, espresso, and the lemon trees we overwinter by the window. Sun threw honey stripes across the counter. The humidifier hissed like a quiet radiator. When the customer left, I typed 2 words. Good luck. My name is Monica Hale, 41, owner of Juniper Vine, a neighborhood plant shop with a back greenhouse and a tiny espresso bar. My husband, Evan, 44, sales manager, and serial reinventor. Apparently, just reinvented me out of his life. With a Jenna. 3 months ago. The hairline cracks started. Gym charges at 5 a.m. Uber at midnight. Team dinners where the wine costs half a grocery run. A new lock on his phone. And a $30,900 transfer to an app-only bank that sounds like a vitamin. I didn't confront him. I documented. I exported statements, set SMS alerts over $200, dug out the postnup we signed after his blackjack face. 2 sharp teeth in that paper, no dissipation of marital assets, and a fidelity trigger that shifts the split to me. I'd already met Anita Patel, my lawyer with surgeon pens. Our plan lived in a folder named Orchid. I hoped it would never bloom. Evan's text watered it. I flipped the sign to be right back and dialed. Bank. Fraud department, please. Calmly. My spouse used the joint card for travel with a third party. Here are the texts. Upload. Freeze. Overnight, a new personal card to the shop. Anita. He made his move. Good, she said. I'm filing for a TRO on marital assets and exclusive use of the house. We'll serve him where he lands. Credit bureau rose. Freeze, freeze, freeze. I moved retained earnings from my S Corp to a fresh account. Clean as a new pot. Texted my barista, covered the afternoon. Emergency? Extra 50? Got you, boss? Then I stood in the greenhouse, breathed the warm, wet air, and let the noise go quiet. By twilight, Evan turned motivational. Don't be dramatic. It's cleaner this way. You've got your little jungle. I've got my next chapter. We both knew this wasn't working. My little jungle pays our bills when his commissions dip. I didn't answer. I printed the text. 8:17 p.m. First class to San. Hyatt for a week. We'll sort furniture later. 8:20. Hyatt canceled. 10 minutes later, airline canceled. Fraud holds move fast when there's a screenshot saying, I emptied the joint. 9:04. What did you do? The airline. This is petty. I put the phone face down, poured dog food for Aru. Her tail thumped the cabinet like a metronome. Preparedness doesn't kill romance. It buys choices. After the gambling scare, I learned new words. Waste, dissipation. I formed Juniper Vine LLC. Kept every receipt. Kept the house in my name. Bought it before we met. Quiet emergency ledger. Password manager labeled utilities. Not paranoia. Respect. Sunday morning. I opened early. Watched light climb the warehouse roofs. Espresso bloom, chocolate, and bitter. At 10:12. Unknown number. Voicemail. 10 but 13. They won't let us board. What did you tell them? Them. I pictured Jenna. Airport blazer over a too-thin tank, white wheel carry-on, and searching for a selfie angle. Voicemail. Mrs. Hale, Deputy Garza. We served Mr. Hale with a TRO and a notice for Thursday's hearing. Have a good day. I did. By lunch, the family switchboard lit up. Monica, Barbara's voice trembled. Evan says you froze everything, that you're punishing him. Barbara, he texted that he emptied our joint account for a trip with another woman. Silence widened. I've sent you the screenshot, I added. A judge paused the account. That's what happens when someone drains shared funds. A sharp inhale. He asked us for money sometimes. I didn't realize. I didn't answer that. Sundown, knocking like the door, owed him obedience. I stepped onto the porch, shut the door behind me. Rue leaned against my ankle. This is insane, Monica. We could have handled this like adults. Adults don't declare a clean break. By text, after emptying a joint account. You and Jenna can discuss logistics with your lawyer. Thursday at 9. You can't keep the house. I bought it 3 years before you signed the refinance, acknowledging non-ownership to lower the rate. And even if it weren't separate, the waste clause is a problem for you. He stared past me into the plant-lit living room. And on the showroom version of our life he liked to brag about. For a second, grief crossed his face. Not for me, for his favorite mirror. Where am I supposed to go? You have a personal account, Evan. Use it for what it's for. First twist, the midnight motion alert. 2 nights later, 1:43 a.m. My phone buzzed against the nightstand. Motion in the garage. The Ring camera caught Evan's shoulder and jaw. A baseball cap. His hand under the keypad, guessing codes like he was trying birthdays. I called 911. Soft voice. Gave the TRO number. Rue stood on the bed, hackles up. A patrol car rolled quiet, blue and red, washing the rosemary hedge. Mr. Hale, an officer said. You're listed on a temporary order. Step back. He tried to smile. It looked borrowed. Just grabbing my tools. You can request a civil standby through the court, the officer said. Not at 2 a.m. Report filed. Copy to Anita. The judge would love the timestamp. Second twist, the forged click. Morning brought a stranger call. This is Clara from Heritage Bank. We received an e-signature request for a HELOC draw on 512 Carson. Dual authorization failed. Could we confirm Mrs. Hale's consent? My consent? The word tasted metallic. She lowered her voice. The signature on file looked unusual. We paused it. I breathed. Thank you for calling. That house is separate property. Send your fraud notice to my attorney. The PDF arrived within the hour. Evan had tried to click my name from a saved DocuSign template. Sloppy. Orchid. Another exhibit for Orchid. Third twist. The storage key. The next day, USPS informed delivery showed a postcard I'd never seen before. Blue box storage. Past due notice. I stood at the counter. Letters curled under the humidifier's hiss. We don't have a storage unit. Anita. If it's in his name but using joint funds, we subpoena the contents. Deputy Garza met me under the corrugated roof smell of dust and motor oil. Unit B17 rolled up like a stage curtain. Inside, lamp store furniture, beach art with fake patina, and a plastic file box labeled River. Receipts. Deposits to the app bank. Payments to a realtor named Harper Co. A printout of a lease draft in Evan and Jenna's names. He kept everything like a child, hiding contraband in a shoebox. Photos, copies, another neat stack for Orchid. Fourth twist, the unexpected ally. Jenna walked into the shop the afternoon before our hearing. No sunglasses, no Instagram smile. She clutched a manila folder like a life jacket. I'm not here to fight, she said, voice small. He told me you were cold, controlling, that you didn't believe in him. Then the card stopped working, and he asked me to open 2 in my name. I'm not ruining my credit for anybody. She slid the folder across the espresso bar. Texts. Evan coaching her on what to say if Monica makes a scene. A drafted note where he planned to call me unstable if I fought back. To angle for sympathy at work. I didn't know about the account drain, she said. I thought he was divorced. Not yet, I said. But thank you. We photocopied the messages. I made her a cappuccino that smelled like chocolate and orange peel. She cried, wiped her eyes with a paper napkin, and left without taking the free plant I offered. The first hearing, wet wool and old paper. The courthouse smelled like umbrellas. Anita laid out exhibits like a minimalist buffet, post-nup, bank shots, airline cancellation, ring camera stills, the storage unit inventory, the HELOC attempt, Jenna's messages. Evan arrived with a billboard lawyer. Jenna waited outside. A white sweater over a blue dress. Eyes fixed on a crack in the tile. The judge, silver bob, steady eyes. This court finds dissipation of marital assets, she read. TRO remains. Exclusive use of the residence to Mrs. Hale. Mr. Hale will produce a full accounting for 24 months. Attempted encumbrance of the separate property by electronic signature is sanctioned. Any violation of civil standbys outside court order will result in contempt. Your Honor, the lawyer tried. No infidelity proven. Therefore, a raised palm. Today's about preservation and misconduct. The post-nups fidelity clause is valid on its face and will be considered at final distribution. For now, free stays, house stays. Sanctions stand. Outside, Jenna touched Evan's sleeve. He pulled away like her hand burned. He looked at me like I had cheated at a game he wrote. I went back to water the calatheas. The quiet heist. New passwords. 2-factor on everything. Financial mail to the shop's secure box. Remove him as authorized user. Close the joint card. Notify the broker in writing. Record a memo of separate property with the county. Schedule a workshop, money you can see, for Saturday mornings. Evan's text swung between rage and hunger. You made me look broke. You're not this cold. Drop the legal nonsense and we can work it out. I forwarded each to Anita. Turned on Do Not Disturb after 8 and slept. His company noticed Jenna reported 2 levels below him. HR sent a reprimand. Promotion evaporated. The app bank froze, his personal too. Memo lines like beach prep don't age well under review. Barbara called again, voice smaller. He's staying here a few nights. Do you need anything? No, Barbara, I'm okay. Fifth twist, the bribe. My barista, Theo, 20 and allergic to drama, slid me his phone one morning. A text from Evan offering $300 cash for the save code. Just for the night? Theo had typed nothing. We printed the thread, added it to Orchid, and changed the safe. Theo got a raise and a day off. Final hearing. Thaw. 6 weeks later. Final hearing felt like snow shrinking off sidewalks. Anita argued clean. Postnup. Valid. Witnessed. Sharp on dissipation and fidelity. Timeline. Text admission. Funds gone hours before travel. Paper trail. Reimbursements under the TRO. Balances noted. Separate property. Deed and refinance acknowledgements. Business. S-Corp. Clean books. No commingling. Sanctions. Midnight TRO breach. Forged e-signature attempt. Bribe text to an employee. Final order, the judge said. Pursuant to the postnup and evidence, Mrs. Hale retains her separate property and 70% of joint assets, given dissipation and misconduct. Mr. Hale will reimburse remaining charges, pay a portion of Mrs. Hale's attorney fees, and is enjoined from contacting Mrs. Hale outside counsel. Gavel, no cheer, no gloat, just shoes on tile, Livez resuming along new lines. In the corridor, Evan stopped me, older by 10 quiet years. I never thought you'd do all this. I never thought you'd text me a breakup and drain our account. Here we are. He searched for a cost-free favor. I had none left. Take care, Evan. After. Juniper Vine's back room turns into class twice a month. Money, you can see. We read statements aloud like weather reports, set alerts, make a quiet cloud file, store deeds and agreements, keep passwords in a manager labeled utilities. We drink coffee that smells like chocolate and earth. Rue sleeps under the folding table, and panic softens into preparation. On my office wall, I frame two things. The first page of the Post-Napa and a photo of the greenhouse at golden hour. Leaves catching light like coins. Jenna comes in once. Months later, hair darker, a resume in her tote. I moved, she says. Half a smile. I'm starting fresh. Thank you for the cappuccino that day. Everyone deserves one good cup, I say. I clip a cutting of a variegated pothos, low maintenance, bounces back fast. She laughs. Like you? I shrug. Like anyone who waters regularly. One evening, a woman in a navy suit pauses at the espresso bar. I was here the day you looked at your phone and didn't flinch, she says. I always wondered what happened. Nothing dramatic, I tell her, sweeping soil into my palm. Just paperwork. She smiles. Paperwork that sounds like freedom. Exactly. I lock the door. The solid click I love. The greenhouse exhales in the heat. The city hums outside. The plants reach for light they don't have to ask permission to keep. And I go home to a life that finally belongs to me.